hope you guys are enjoying Storytime Saturdays. They're just basically unedited rants. But basically, I have a new story for you guys today. So this was back when I was in high school. So what I would do in high school is I would go out and before I went to class in the morning, I would drive myself out to the store and I'd pick up a 12 pack of of like Coca Cola or Pepsi. I'd pick me out a pack of like Coke or Pepsi, and I'd get all the way through the day, and then I'd get to the end of the day, and I'd set them out on my desk, the ones I had left. And my teacher was like, "Dude, you're gonna get kidney stones," and I'm like, "I probably am." But does that matter? Nah, it doesn't matter. So my teacher would always be like, "Dude, you're gonna get kidney stones." He's the greatest teacher I've ever had. I love him to death. I'm not gonna tell you guys what his name was, just for reasons. But basically, I would go and I would set him out on the desk, and he always knew me for hating John Deere, just for fun. But basically, I'd sit him out on the desk, and I'd drink them one at a time. I think one day I drank like four Pepsis. No, this was four. It was four Mountain Dew Baja Blasts I had in class, and I drink them all right in front of him. He was just like, "Dude, this is not healthy," and I'm like, "Don't worry, I had a water this morning. I had a water bottle." Like, granted, I'm one to not really care about like. Back in the day, I was not one to care about like what I put in my body and yada yada yada. Now I do. I generally care about my physical health and my physical well being. But basically, I would. This guy would always be like, "How many you got today?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I got a couple, a few. It's just it was hilarious. Oh my gosh! And like half the class would just be looking at me while I'm doing this. I was a kid in school who basically everybody knew, but they didn't know. They knew of me, but they didn't know who I was. If you put that in perspective, like you couldn't go, you could ask anyone in high school, and you'd be like, "Hey, do you know who this guy is?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know someone who knows him personally." Like you either knew me or you knew me through someone in high school. Like I knew a ton of people. I could probably name people's names that they have no clue who I am still. And I recognize people still from like school who haven't like been in school and they don't recognize who I am. They don't know who I am, but I know them and I'm like, "Dude, I was in this with you. I had all this stuff. We did this together." And they were like, "Oh, great. This guy's got a great memory." I always have a amazing memory for most things. Some things I have terrible memories with. It's just how my life works and how the way the world works. But back to this thing, I went into this class. It was my engines class. I had it the last class of the day, and I would always come in and I'd drink him. And then one day I brought one into the shop. We had the engines class where we learned lectures, and then we had the shop. And I brought one into the shop, and I just started drinking it. And then I think someone put oil inside it, and I took a taste, and I was like, "That's disgusting." Spat it in there, and I tossed it out. I was like, "That's the last time I'm doing that." Who in the world would put oil inside a perfectly good Mountain Dew can or Pepsi or Coke? I forget it entirely all what it was, but I was a very unhealthy person back there. I still ran. I ran in high school. Like I was I was like a healthy physical. I was physically fit in high school, but now or I was physically fit in high school, but I also treated my body like shit in high school. I had no care in the world, really, in high school at all. Like I don't know. I just had no care. I mean, I was like, I'm young. I'm invincible. Hell yeah. So yeah, um, I still drink a ton of pop. I do. Mm-hmm. Two a day, maybe three, maybe four. Four is a push. Four is a push, but it's a lot less than what I used to drink. Mm. Like I was a very unhealthy person, but who cares? At least I'm open about this for the most part. Uh, you asked me probably back in the day, I would have been like, yeah, yeah. I would have been like that. I would have giggled about it, but now I just really feel stupid, you know? But what are you gonna do? You're gonna live, learn, and forget. Um, I probably won't forget, and that's kind of why I make this video, so I can remember if I ever do forget. Just take a look back down memory lane. But yeah, I mean, I had a great time with that. Two videos, random videos. I think one's most recent, and then some random video, and then we have the big old thing that goes right in the center right here. That's my also, like, that's a subscribe link. So you hit that button. Okay? Okay.